Hello, ROTT Nation. Welcome to the very first video of ROTT Talk with David Rotter. This first video is about how it came to be that I was the only thing in my house that was on fire. It wasn't little, this was 27% third-degree burns, grafts from my legs, just off-planet. It was an off-planet experience, man. Like, a real mind blower. Anyway, so the backstory of this is they said I had sleep apnea. I didn't even really know what it was, but then they said that I needed oxygen, and this was 2010, like autumn or something, early autumn, and maybe late summer, something around there, and so they brought me some tanks, and then those weren't like really sufficient. I needed more, regular thing of it, and so they brought me an oxygen machine. And the guy told me specifically to not have any smoke or any kind of fire whatsoever, nothing around this machine while it's on. And I heard him, but man, I didn't hear him, man, because if I had heard him, I wouldn't be making this thing here, But so there I am with my oxygen machine. I'm living in a rather bad neighborhood in Kansas City. Excuse me. And I had run out of tobacco, and so the neighborhood that I was living in, even though the folks knew me, I didn't really think that all the folks knew me around the corner where that liquor store was, that 24-hour liquor store. That was just like, hell warmed over, So, but, so I didn't want to go out, venture out to get more tobacco. And so what I did was like sprinkled the tobacco that I had, and I made these two little pinners, these thin little itty bitty. And I sort of, before I did all this, I threw the oxygen tubes as far away from my body as I could. Like, so that, I really thought that I heard them hit the wall, which is a good 10, 12 feet away. And so I'm thinking, all right, I'm cool, I would be the opposite of cool in just a few seconds. But then, so I'm like rolling these little things, and then I'm finding something to watch, and then I'm getting something to drink, and then I'm going to hang. But I didn't take my shoes off, but I did take this polyester shirt that I had, a long sleeve, like all sort of synthetic shirt, put on this paisley cotton shirt, and the other shirt would have melted to my body had that happened. So, had that not happened, so I'm glad that I changed. But so I threw those tubes away. Then the one part of this that I simply didn't know at the time, and if I had known this one little pertinent fact, I would not have done this. This would not, well, it might, 50-50 chance it might not have happened. But oxygen, as it turns out, as I looked into it, is heavier than the air that we breathe. So I'm rolling these things. I'm changing my shirt, getting the thing, rolling it, finding the show, the whole while this stuff is like this gas, like, this waiting for a tiny spark wall of invisible fog that, any spark will turn your life into a nightmare. I didn't know it. It's just oxygen, how could it hurt me? Ask Gus Grissom. So I am smoking one of these things, and the little rope gets about that big, just under a ½ inch, and it lands on my left side of my chest. Stood up, because I didn't want to burn one of my favorite shirts, so I stood up, and I watched it. It was like slow motion, and as it careened off my left shoe, before I could even think, I was going to put it out. I was going to do something. I wasn't just going to let it sit. I didn't have a choice. 4 to 5 feet of flames came shooting at my face, and it had to be a good, I don't know, 4 to 5 feet wide by 4 to 5 feet. It was a wall. It was a wall of fire coming at my life and me, my body. So, and I had the door slightly closed. The machine is unbelievably, that's safe in the hall. on though, and the door is closed, so I had to back into the fire to open the door, and I'm just being roasted. My muscle, you know, check this out, guys. This is how long my left arm is, and this is alrighty here, the one that didn't get cooked. Any difference? Are they the same length? So there I am backing up into my little wall, and you know, the only thing I can think of to do is to simply not even take the shoes off. Just simply stand in the shower, put myself out, and then see about, you know, the damage. I had my contacts on, so there's no problem. I could see nothing. Not even lint, not even stuff, not even loose paper. Nothing was burnt in there. I was the only thing in my house that was on fire. I think it's actually a novel achievement. You have to really be specifically willful to be the only thing on fire around you. 27% of my body needing skin grafts, and then, you know, so if any of you guys, your comments could be about anything. It could be about any disaster that happened in your life. It doesn't have to be about setting yourself on fire or being in a house fire or anything else to do with fire. It could be just, you know, anything. You know, I also really want your guys, all of your ideas for different ROTT topics, things to talk about. I'll be making some videos away from here, so just commentary, you know, on some of the freaky, and I mean freaky, things of this world. Nobody ever said this world was false, but a sane person will tell you that it is temporary, and the things that we experience here are temporary. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you please like, subscribe, share. I need all the support I can possibly get, and this also goes for my music channel, because the music channel is what brought me to this channel. If I hadn't done all those videos, there's about 700 or maybe 700 plus, whatever. There's a good amount floating around the internet, and I plan on doing double that amount in the next however long I've got to live, so maybe even more than that. So I would ask that you please look at my music channel. There's also going to be a channel that I'm starting. It's called Find Your Tone, and this is specifically for musicians and music players and composers and stuff. And it's not about how to use something or what something was designed to do. It's really about what something can do, and that's how I look at that particular angle of music. Is, you know, do something that thing that you're using was not designed to do, and then see, you know, the full, you know, potential of something. Anyway, take good care and ROTT the nation.